Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to this week's edition of
That PDX Live. We're your hosts. I am Tara Stone.
Tamara Stone.
Tamara Stone, you guys.
I did it.
We are going to talk about the cost of living in Portland in 2022. And we have that one subscriber. Thank you to the one subscriber that we have on our channel. Like, we're so happy that you're here, but we still get nervous when we talk in front of you. So,
What do you mean we have 12 subscribers now? We're up to 12.
serious?
Thanks, guys. We love you. We can't wait to work with you and have you as our new Portlander neighbors.
Yeah. If this is your first time to our channel, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
We like to talk about what it's like to move to and live in the Portland Metro and Southwest Vancouver area.
Yeah. Whether you're raising a family, single by yourself, just a couple, whatever you have, we've got the scoop for you on what it's like to live, play, and everything in between here in the Portland Metro area.
Yep. So like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button if you want to be notified when we have our new videos. And
please comment. We want to hear all the comments.
Yeah.
Let us know if we're batshit crazy.
Don't be mean about it. Be really nice. I just can't.
I mean, we're fun, and we want to respond to fun comments as well. So
also serious ones.
Yeah.
All right.
But thanks again, and hopefully you'll stick around to hear all of the things about the cost of living here in the Portland Metro area. Our personal costs, as well as just some average costs that are out there. So stick around.
So, welcome to the cost of living episode for Portland for 2022. We wanted to do this video because of a lot of reasons, but as you know, the cost everywhere is kind of just rising. So we wanted to do a check-in to say, if you're thinking about moving to Portland, here's what you can expect.
We work with a lot of out-of-state buyers. We love it. We love helping them. And so this is just a snapshot for them to understand how we compare to maybe where you live currently or where you're potentially thinking about moving to if Portland is on your radar for one of those places.
So we're going to just kind of touch some hot topics such as gas and the cost to buy a house and all of those kind of things. So let's start with the rental market. So you've probably heard, but rents are going up in a lot of places. But in Portland, there was a moratorium during COVID. So landlords were not allowed to raise the rents. So that is being cleared. And now rents are going to be going up almost 13 or 14%, which is...
Well, not all of them are
not
going
all
to go
of them.
up, but
That's true.
People are now allowed to raise the rent up to that amount. And
So-
some of it is to recoup some of those money.
Some of the losses. So we actually have a lot of first-time home buyers who have been renting and they're just like, you know what, it makes sense for us to do it now. And I think in regards to that, it's an amazing time to do it for a lot of reasons. Yes, the interest rates are going up, but with some of the prices leveling out a little bit and it going more into a buyer's market, it's actually making sense for people who have been renting to start to look at buying a house.
Yeah, and I think with a lot of the programs, the first-time home buyer programs, changing a little bit now with down payment assistance and some
100% financing.
A lot of things that mean that you don't have to be sitting on a stack of money in order to be able to buy a house. You just have to be able to...
You gotta have a little money.
Qualify for it and then be able to afford the mortgage, which, depending on how big your family is, you're going to be paying that in rent anyway.
So we did some comparisons.
We're data-driven individuals.
We are.
So this is not just numbers that we pulled out of our asses. This is actual legit data that we pulled from some legitimate places.
So we went to rentometer.com and we looked at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So you can also look at a 1-bedroom if you're a single person. The average rent for that's going to be about $1,500 a month. But if you look at a 3-2, what's our average?
We're looking at around $2,400 for the Portland metro area.
Yep.
Portland proper, really. Metro area encompasses a lot of the suburbs and then Southwest Washington as well. So this is Portland specific.
We'll put a little map up so you can see kind of what that looks like. Yeah, so $2,400 a month. That's crazy to
pretty
pay
significant.
for rent.
And that's right now, and the rents could and most likely will increase
go up
in
from
2023.
Something to think about. And if you are interested at all, like we are total pros and we work with an amazing few lenders who can actually walk through those numbers with you to see if it makes sense. So we're not going to pander, but basically that's what's going on with the rent. The home price right now, we went into our MLS to take a look and see what the average cost of homes
And that is $617,000. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people are talking about are asking the question, is the home market going to crash? A couple things in the data that we have
and
researched.
we just did a video about this.
We did.
We'll pin it.
Look at that. We're still appreciating. Right now we're appreciating at 8.2%.
So
Also,
down from about 15%.
So it's going down, but we're still appreciating. So we're not crashing per se.
House market isn't crashing. It's still a good time to buy. The home price, yes. So the median home price is at $617,000. However, if you're a renter, like we have 2 or 3 right now that are sub 400,000 or right about 400,000. So you will be somewhat close to that $2,400 to $3,000 a month with something like that, depending on what you're going to put down.
Right.
So it could be apples to apples in a situation with something like that. So I don't know.
Again, with those 100% financing, you need a little bit of cash, but you don't have to be sitting on 20% down, 5% down, anything like that to be able to get into a house. Just be able to get those out-of-pocket costs. That can't be rolled up into your loan.
And that's another reason why it's a good time to buy, because the sellers are now offering some of the closing costs and the 2-1 buy down.
What else I was gonna say?
Yes, which I'm gonna make, or we should make another video. I do not like the 2-1 buy down for a lot of reasons. We'll make a side video about it. It could look very attractive up front, but down the road, if you're gonna refinance, it actually is gonna end up costing more money. Doesn't matter. The seller can still pay for some of your closing costs, which is really what you probably want to do.
Her dog Bird just growled if you heard it.
Yeah, she wants this damn ball. Okay, so let's
we're
talk
gonna
about
do
some fun stuff. Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Fun, expensive things.
Yeah.
Like drinking.
Yes.
Number 1. It's always on our minds because we like to frequent all of the small businesses around town.
That's what it's for, actually. That's the whole reason that we go to the restaurants and the bars and the coffee shops. Like, really, we help to keep not just the 2 of us, obviously.
Yeah, single-handedly, the 2 of us keep all of the local businesses in business. No, that's not the case at all.
One of the things that Portland offers is amazing options for coffee, food, breweries,
We
wineries.
are still considered the foodiest.
We are.
place.
It came out. It's official.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not just
official.
our opinion, which,
So all you foodies out there, come and let us take you out and show you the places.
we have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Because, my husband cooks, and I like to eat
She said
food.
husband.
Yeah, it happened. And so I consider myself a foodie, not in that I can cook the food, but that I like to eat the food. So what we're talking about is beer. I don't drink it. I'm gluten-free and beer is gross. But we live in
Beer
an
is not
environment
gross.
where
Don't
beer
yuck
is
their
big.
yum,
No, beer
you
is
know.
big. Beer is huge. I don't judge you. If you love beer, don't judge me for
Have a
not
cider.
liking it.
Okay, so cider prices are
They're pretty commensurate, I would say.
pretty close.
So a domestic beer is about $6 and an imported beer is $7.
Yeah.
So.
Mixed drinks, you are not going to see prices like Seattle or New York. They're going to be starting around $7 up to like $14 if you want something super premium. There's amazing bar like Multnomah Whiskey Library. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
But the drinks start at like $14. Worth it
The
if
vintage
you want to be.
in Montevilla as well. Shout out.
Oh yeah, that's super good.
Delicious.
So that is a little bit more of a splurge, but there's some amazing food cart options and all that. We don't need to get into all that.
And the dive bar places, like
Oh,
you get a
snap.
go
to Sandy Hut, you guys.
We call it the handy slut, but that's okay. Ask me all the nicknames of all of the places because I got them.
Okay, so groceries, this is a big one, right? We all have to eat. Tam and I are kind of the mindset we drink alcohol, but we are very cognizant of the food that we put into our bodies. So we like Whole Foods, we like New Seasons, things that are going to have more organic, locally sourced is really important to us as well. So
yeah, we also love to frequent the farmers market.
Oh my gosh.
So it can be a little bit more expensive to go to a farmer's market because
Yeah.
you're supporting a small farmer, whether they're an urban farmer or
That's a
somewhere
farmer.
somewhere a little bit more local. They have to they have to support their families as well. So it can
Yep.
be a little bit more expensive, but it is fresh.
Yeah, and it's
Super
really,
fresh.
really good. So
Amazing.
for a family of 3 to 4, it's about $200 a week to $250.
No, it's $327.
Well, I'm saying for what I pay.
Okay. Well, you're
This
saying
was
for
my-
okay.
this was my-
This is your personal one.
This is my
Okay.
personal one. I do the Whole Foods New Seasons and all that, but I also go to Trader Joe's for like canned foods and other staples, or grocery outlet, right? So Costco is the best. So we're a family, we're a blended family. So we have between 2 people and 5 people. So we'll average that out. And typically it's about, $225 to $250. If we're gonna go out to eat, obviously that's gonna up it, but groceries alone,
It's
we're
like-
right about there.
Going out to dinner, because we typically have a few drinks and some dessert and appetizers, because like I said, we like to eat.
How are we not 400 pounds?
Well, I do Orange Theory, so work
Yeah.
out quite a bit.
There you go. Okay, so the average though.
So for going out, groceries. So the average that's come up online from what we've researched was $327 per person.
A month.
A month, or up to $1,300 for a family of 4. And again, that's on average, so it depends on where it is you're shopping. I mean, I remember when I was previously married, we were able to get away with some really low groceries, but that was because we were had coupons and we're buying store brand things.
You can go to
and-
Winco too. Dude, Winco
yeah.
is the shit.
Winco.
I actually
you gotta eat
really...
that stuff right after you buy it.
No, I'm
though.
saying for more like canned foods and all of that.
Yeah, their
Anyways.
produce is it is ripe.
It's ready to go.
You have to eat it right
Same
after
with
you
Trader
buy it.
Joe's though, actually.
Oh yeah, I don't have a Trader Joe's by me, so
Yeah.
I do more frozen foods. I would say Trader Joe's dried and frozen foods.
They have the good stuff.
Yeah, the dried mango.
I could eat a bag of that. It's
Oh man.
amazing. Okay, next hot topic is gas, and I want to talk about diesel also because
yeah.
I have a Sprinter van and we like to go and recreate and do all that. So gas right now is at $5.15 a gallon over, and that's the average. I'm over on the west side and it's at $5.69 a gallon, which oh my god,
But
that's stupid.
Here's the thing. I don't know how this works in other places. If you go to Safeway and you become a Safeway member, or
you
go
can
to Fred
get
Meyer
your 10
and you-
cents off.
Oh,
and-
honey, I get $1 off.
Did
every
you just
time.
honey me?
Oh yeah, honey. I
with
get
the
$1
nails?
off every time.
Yes.
Because we buy so many groceries at Fred Meyer.
Yeah,
So
or Costco, you can get
too,
it
you
for
get
less.
a discount. Yeah, I can easily get $1 off every time I go.
And then diesel right now is sitting at about $6.29. If I cross over to Vancouver, it's gonna be at least 50 cents cheaper. So it's fluctuating
But then you
so
have to
much.
live in Vancouver.
Yeah. It's fluctuating so much right now, and there's deals to be had and deals to be found. But if you're in a
sure.
pinch and you just need to grab gas, let it go on E like sometimes I do because I
Oh, I
drive
do.
so much, then you're gonna end up paying a premium.
My
so
dad
just
would be so mad at me.
yeah.
My dad always told me, don't let it go below a quarter of a tank.
We had a story about that on one of the videos.
I'm so sorry.
Next up, we're going to talk about utilities. So, right, we have gas, water, sewer, electrical, and garbage. What are you guys, or what's the average for water, sewer?
I left my little dealy bob with my notes about my personal bills.
So, are the average that we have written down?
The average is what I found online. You look up, average cost of water in Portland right now. It's about $52 a month for water. Electricity was an average of $107, and garbage was about $40 a month.
So for me on the west side, 3.5 people-ish, right? Between 2 and 5. Electric, 165 a month. Water, 76 a month. And garbage, 97 a month. So
That's crazy, $97 a month.
It-
I think you might have to divide that in two. Garbage usually is like every 2 months, because that's what ours was. Ours is like $45 a month for garbage.
this is
I
going to
live in
get
Oregon
cut
City.
out of the video.
I live in Oregon City, so ours are a little bit different.
Maybe
We're in
it is.
a different. We're in Clackamas County as opposed to Multnomah County.
No, we're in Washington.
You're in Washington County.
Yeah.
So those are Multnomah County numbers. So Portland is mostly Multnomah County. So those are going to be Multnomah County numbers.
Yeah.
And then ours are $45 for garbage per month.
In Oregon City.
In Oregon City.
Yep.
Something to note that we've talked about before in some of our videos too is that with your garbage service, you get yard debris pickup, you get recycling.
Yes, we
and then
recycle in
garbage.
Portland, you guys. We
Recycle
have
a
a
lot.
whole nother part of that in a video as well.
And then for Multnomah County and for Washington County, it's water and sewer combined, which is partly why it's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
I'm on a septic tank because I live in the woods. So I'm on public
Deep.
water.
Deep.
It's
in the
not
sewer.
deep. It's
deep.
10 minutes from the freeway. It's not deep. But because we
Anyways.
don't have the sewer part of it, all of our sewer obviously just goes into our septic tank. But then every few years, depending on how your family size, 2 to 5 years, you want to get your septic tank pumped, and that can be an additional couple $100. Average that out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then our electricity, we don't have air conditioning, so we didn't, but we had air conditioners. So we had the portable air conditioners.
Oh, and it was so hot
And
this
it was
summer.
so
Oh my
hot
God.
this summer, and our average electricity was like $118 a month.
Yeah.
So
What
not
did I say?
expensive.
Ours is $165, but we do have AC in our houses.
She likes to keep her house like an ice box.
I do, okay? I mean, if you go above like 65 at any time, it's just wrong. Hence
Yeah, what's the
it's
point?
eco-friendly. It's eco-friendly sometimes.
I have a fire burning in my wood burning fireplace, and
We're all
I'm
gas.
full. And we didn't have gas on there. We don't have the gas.
Gas is
prices.
$115 a month.
And what do you have on gas right now?
Well, we have 3 fireplaces and the thing and the water heater. So
Okay.
we have a lot on gas.
Okay, so water heater, not your furnace, but you have your cooktop.
Oh no, the furnace also.
Okay, water heater, furnace,
Cooktop, 3 fireplaces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in our last house in Northeast Portland, I think our average Northwest Natural was like $18 a month. And we had, when you average out the whole year, because we had
People, do you care so much about We're like going
well,
down.
no, it was because
We're going
we're
down
just
on a
talking
tangent.
about how like Northwest Natural is a cheaper option.
Yeah.
than
Oh, you know why?
electricity.
We, so this is something new actually in Portland. We opted in to pay a little bit more, and it's the energy, something we'll tag it down below.
Energy
but-
Trust.
Yes. So you can pay a little bit more, but they're finding and doing like research.
Renewable energy.
Yes, and more renewable options for more people to like get it out to more people. So we opted to pay a little bit more. Anyways, on to the next thing.
Case in point, I think it's like 65 degrees outside in Tara's AC.
I'm hot.
Take your sweatshirt off and remove your hat.
Daycare.
Moving is fun.
So neither of us have
Have little
kids
kids.
in daycare anymore. Ours was, my partner's son was in daycare. And this is from Numbio.com. We'll pin that downstairs.
Downstairs?
Down below. Average for that per month is about $1,500 a month. Some people have a hard time with that, understandably, especially if you're a 2-income family. Doesn't make sense to do that. Most of the time it seems like people do because they're getting like the preschool mix with it and things like that. But
So speaking of preschool, in Multnomah County, which is Portland proper,
map.
encompasses pretty much the majority of Multnomah County. So
More
for
that.
3
Yes.
years and older, once Multnomah County figures it out and gets it all together, preschool for the ages of 3 and above will be free. Kindergarten is already free here. It has been for
Yeah,
forever.
K through 12 unless you're private or charter.
Yeah, well, a lot of places you have to pay for kindergarten. Not here, but in a lot of places in the United States, kindergarten is not free. You start at first grade.
It's great. If you have young kids, Portland is pretty progressive in a lot of ways. So that's going to be wonderful if that's something that you're thinking about, having kids or wanting to move here and have kids. Something to look forward to.
We have been told, again, we don't have littles in preschool or daycare, but waiting lists are very long. So for those of you who are considering moving here, once you make that decision, research your preschools, research your daycares, research all those things and get on the list. There are also nannies, nanny shares, all kinds
Yep.
of options, but preschools and those things there's a lot of people
Fill
moving
up,
here
yeah.
and there's a lot of population. What did we say? Oh, we haven't talked about it yet, but the population of
The Portland Metro.
the Portland metro area is
662,549 people.
dun,
So
dun, dun, dun.
it's not a lot, but it's a lot.
That is way less than I would think.
Yeah, in comparison to some other places like Seattle, that's where I'm from, or San Francisco, or things like that. Portland is doing all that they can to try to help with the infrastructure and things like that, and passing bills for preschool and for other things. You know, and Portland's been in the news for a lot of good things and some bad things going on, but we are true believers that
and we have some videos on this too, like reasons not to move here unless you're really dedicated.
The next thing we want to talk about is public transportation, and this is really important because one of the reasons that I wanted to move to Portland actually was because it's so bike friendly. You don't have to have a car. We have friends who don't have cars. We have clients who don't have cars. It's very easy to get around, and it's actually not super expensive for a day pass for the TriMet, or they call it like a hop pass. $5 a day, or for a month it's $100.
$100.
Way less than getting a car. You can also do the little scooters if you want.
They have bikes you can rent.
Yep, from Nike, or there's Ubers and Lyfts, of course, and then the bus. So,
and there are car shares that you can do too. Like if you really want, if you need a car, if you want to go to the coast, you want to go to the mountain, you want to. Even if you're trying to go to Seattle or whatever, there's the Bullet train and the
Bolt bus.
Well, I think there's a
the
train.
The Bullet train was like a movie with Brad Pitt.
Well, that's I mean, ride that train too if you want. Bolt bus, is that what it is, or is it the Bullet bus? We'll research it and put it down below. I obviously don't go there very often. I am a unicorn, and I live and work and play and.
But
do
she
all of
still
my
goes
things.
out of the state, you guys. Like, don't let her fool you. Yeah, and just a reminder, Tam has been here for almost her whole life. I am a transplant from Seattle, and so I moved here myself. And so it's kind of cool to have the different perspectives of like, oh, I've been here, I know some different areas, or like, hey, I've now lived in Southeast, Northeast, East County, and then now I'm over on the west side. So we have a pretty good idea, broad idea of
I originated from Oregon City. I've spent a 20+ hiatus outside of Oregon City. Now I'm back in Oregon City. I owned a house in North Portland. I lived in Beaverton. I lived in Tigard. I lived in Fopo. I lived in
we need like a bingo.
Southeast.
We need like
I lived in Northeast Portland.
Bingo.
I did live in Vancouver for a short period of time. So I've kind of
right over the bridge. Boop.
Been all over the place, watched it grow, watched it change.
Of course, we did not cover everything. This is kind of a lot to take in. If there are other things you're curious about, let us know.
Let us know. Call us, text us.
Yeah.
Whatever. Slide into our DMs. You know how that goes.
DMs. I don't think there's DMs on YouTube, is there? I don't know.
I don't know. They can find us on LinkedIn and
Instagram. Don't go to LinkedIn.
I'm on LinkedIn.
I never check it. Anyways, we hope you liked our video. It's always great to see you, and subscribe, like, share, hit that bell if you want to be notified of our next video. We are your hosts, Tamara
Stone.
And thanks for watching this week's episode of That
PDX Live. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.